Hi, I'm Zach Phillips. I'm a fourth-year apprentice at Boone REMC. I was working in an HVAC field here in town, was working 16-hour days, 5 days a week, away from family a lot. A friend of mine was a supervisor for a local utility here in town and said, hey, we're hiring. Started there before coming here. Each year through the apprenticeship at Boone, we'll get a binder and it has 10 workbooks. There's about 5 times a year that we go to class. And then you kind of have your breakout weeks where you're doing hands-on stuff throughout the rest of the year. So all that's kind of broken out over the 4 years. You're doing similar things, just different topics each year. As the apprentices, we are kind of the guys that come in the morning, get everything ready. A lot of the main material is usually set aside, so we'll set that up on the trucks, get that ready. If there's any brackets or anything that's going to go on a pole that needs made up, anything we can do in the shop to kind of get that ready and make it faster in the field, then we'll do that. So each morning before we leave the shop on our iPads, there's a pre-trip inspection. We'll fly the boom each morning, look for oil leaks, make sure everything's functioning properly. We will go through, turn on all the lights, make sure all our headlights are working, turn signals, brake lights, check oil, check just everything under the hood. Today we are finishing up. We just did, it's like a 1.25 mile single phase rebuild. Today there was a section that this is kind of the last little wrap up piece, I think, to this job. So we're gonna take primary and go underground to a new pad mount transformer that feeds the consumer's house, and kind of take the pole that has the overhead transformer out.
My name is Ryan Taylor. I'm a second-year apprentice here at Boone REMC. I came a lineman because my dad is a lineman. I always thought it was cool, and he'd bring the bucket truck home and stuff. At the end of his days, he'd always tell me about his work and stuff like that, and it always was a very high interest for me. Being able to be in this trade and talk about it with him every day is pretty neat. First things first, we have our rubber gloves here. We use these pretty much every day. They help protect us from our electric shock. We also have our sleeves in here. Harness, every time we go up in the bucket, we have our harness on. We have our self-rescue for a bad day that we hope never comes. We have hoist to bring wire up, bring wire down. Along with hoist, we use grips. These clip on the wire just like that. Clip it on there, your hoist hook's in there, and that'll pull your wire tight or let it off. Bolt cutters, these are actually insulated, that way they don't get into anything. They aren't metal, they're fiberglass. Some presses we have for our copper sleeves and stuff like that to squeeze. Big impact, this is a lifesaver. We use this every day instead of having to do everything by hand and wrenching on everything like that. We have line guts or line hoses. We put these on the lines to work on the lines, keep us from becoming in contact with the line. We have our hot stick or shotgun. We use this a lot, overhead and underground. Anything you need, don't want to get close to. We have our pogo stick or our long stick. We use this a lot closing in doors, getting limbs off lines. Got my climbing gear here. Right here, we have our gaffs. This is what you put on your leg to go up and down the pole. That's the actual part that sticks in the pole. Right here we have our belt, or a lineman's belt. Put this on, and that's what keeps you on the pole, along with your buck squeeze. This is what keeps you from going to the ground.
I'm Trevor Jones, and my role at Boone REMC is I'm an apprentice lineman. What made me want to be a lineman is when I was younger, being out and about, seeing all the bucket trucks, it always interested me. And I wanted to learn more about the trade, so when I was in high school, I was able to get an internship. Today, we were out here changing a pole with a transformer on it. It was an Osmos pole, and they inspected it and said it failed inspection, so we had to come out here and change it before it caused problems. Things we do to prevent outages, we have contractors that take care of vegetation, trees. We do a lot of pole wraps to keep critters off the poles. Do a lot of maintenance just to make sure that our system's as efficient, well-built as possible. Most challenging part of being a lineman is most of the time the storms that come through. It doesn't matter what time it is. If it's bad enough, everyone has to leave. They have to go out and help the people.
My name is Jason Limp. I'm a journeyman lineman. Most days are different. You do different stuff every day. You may do the same thing, but every pole is different. To prevent outages, we've set up a program that's called Osmos that goes around and checks some of our poles and gets rid of all the bad stuff. And we also, copper rebuilds have definitely helped with outage numbers. Today we're rebuilding this line, so we've been framing poles all day, and we just laid this pole out so we can set another pole up in it.
My name's Cole Vanenkavort. I'm a third-year apprentice lineman, Boone REMC. The digger derrick truck, it's meant for setting poles, lifting. It has a winch line. We use it to haul trailers and whatnot. It can really do just about anything. I came from a contractor, and working here is just very fun. A lot of good guys. It's a family environment. I wanted to become a lineman because my grandpa was an engineer for a utility back home, and he kind of talked me into the work. He knew I like to be outside working with my hands and whatnot. I'm from Wisconsin. I was contracting, working on the road, and now getting to be home every day, working 40 hours a week is very, very nice.